Okay, everyone. Hello and welcome to the onboarding workshop. Uh, as you know, we've been doing these workshops almost every day of the week, and onboarding workshops are for all of you guys who are new to the platform. So, uh, hereby, I want to extend our welcome to you. Welcome to the family. And on this workshop, we will show you basic features of the platform. We will show you around. We will make sure you get a better understanding of how our system actually works. And then at the end, we will also answer your questions. In the chat, if you look at the Zoom chat right now, I am going to post a link to the show notes. Just give me a second, let me grab it. And also in there, you will find a screenshot of how to raise your hand. So the way this works is once our presentation is over, you'll be able to raise your hand in Zoom, not physically raise your hand, but Zoom actually has a raise hand feature that you can use. And we will be going over raised hands and ask questions. So if you raise your hand, that means you have a question, and we will unmute you when when it is your turn to ask. Also, show notes are here right down below. And in the show notes, you will find all the relevant links for today's workshop. You will also find core resources. And after the workshop is over, that's where the video reply will be posted. So basically, the ground rules here are to try to keep your questions as brief as possible, which is why we are limited time for each participant to 5 minutes. That's just to make sure we get to everybody and nobody leaves without having their questions answered. And with that, I am going to hand it over to Berlin to start our presentation. We have a few cool features of the platform we want to show you. And of course, if you guys have any questions, bring us your most pressing questions, whichever is whatever's holding you back, whatever is on your way of going live, and let's make sure to get you live as quickly as possible. So Berlin, whenever you're ready.
Hello. Okay, good. Everyone can hear me, I think.
Yep.
So, hi, everyone. My name is Berlin, and I will be guiding you guys through a lot of things today. I hope all of you guys are feeling happy, loving this Friday mood. So, let's get started. So, I will go ahead and share my screen with you guys. There we go. So, before we get started, so once you made your purchase, you got your platform, there is an email that is sent to you. So, the email contains a handbook, which is basically going to help you focus on what you need to work on your site and what to do next, and answer a few questions that you may have. So, just in case you don't have that email, or I don't know, you didn't get a chance to take a look at it, it's completely fine, because we do have the handbook on your site manager. So your site manager is this page that you're seeing here. So this is called the site manager, or sometimes we refer it as the backend of your website. So this is where you'll be making like all the changes. So then here, once you land on this page, then you will go to the handbook that will be basically guiding you. So Marco here called this the Bible. And that is because it contains like many good information that you will need in the future. So it's not just something that after you're done setting up your site, you just throw it away because you don't need it anymore. But it's something that you can always refer back to. So in the handbook, it goes over like an overview, like what you'll be doing, which is like getting your website live, starting marketing, and then that's basically the most important things you need to get done. So number two is how to get your website live and start marketing. If you have any questions about your fulfillment and other important concept, like the type of mindset you're supposed to have, like as you build your website and start marketing, and how to get support and understanding charges and all that good stuff. So that's the reason why that you may refer back to this anytime, even after you're done setting your site. But our main focus today, it is getting your website live. So we made a plan for you to get your website launched within 14 days, and we've made sure that we've gathered all the information that you will need to accomplish this, because we set a goal. And the reason why we set a goal is to basically push you just a little bit, because we're humans. If you feel like you have the whole month or the whole year, you probably spent your entire life setting up the site. But if you have 14 days, then you're like, okay, you have a goal, then I need to get my website live. So with that being said, if I go ahead and click on number two, then it scrolls down, it takes me to this hyperlink here, where if I go ahead and click on it, it will take me to the guide. So there are two guides. There is the launch guide for automated fulfillment and the self-fulfillment. So if you're in self-fulfillment, then you will click on the 14 days for the self-fulfillment. If you're in the automated fulfillment, you will click on the 14 days. So many of you guys who have joined this meeting today are on automated fulfillment. So I will go ahead and just click on the 14-day quick launch guide for automated fulfillment. So here, there you have it. You have all the steps on what needs to get done, so your website can be functional. And like this, you're ready to make sales. And after this, you can move on to marketing. So many of our guide, like let's say for example, step number one, which is enter your business information. We've made sure that we prepared a video for you to walk you through the process, and then we also have a walkthrough which contains screenshots. So let's say if you're watching the video, it's a little bit too fast for you, or you just want to refer back, you want to go back and forth, you can always follow you can follow this, or you can just watch the video. So with that being said, I can just go back. And also, as you finish, like once you're done with setting up everything, you also have a step 21, which says request a technical site audit. So this is basically for us to make sure that you've completed everything that we've suggested, because we are 100% sure that everything here, like if you made sure you set them up, then you're ready to start marketing and you're ready to make sales. So then you will request a technical site audit, so we can double check that everything was completely set up. So giving this guide to you guys doesn't mean that you're by yourself. Like, hey, here's your 14 days, figure it out yourself. No, this is going to help you understand the platform. But if you do get stuck or have any questions, we do offer customer support, which is super important for you to communicate with us. Because if you get stuck on something, you don't want to pounder on it for like 2 days, 3 days trying to figure it out. So we've made sure we've set different ways for you to communicate with us, which I will go ahead and cover now. So here, right above here, you have something says submit request. So submit request is like sending us an email. So this email will convert into a ticket, and you're able to just put every the problem that you're having. So we normally get back with to you within 24 hours or sooner, but the time frame is within the 24 hours. So try your best to be, to give us details. And um, if you do have a problem where it's hard for you to put in words, like what's the problem, you can always attach screenshot to it. And we normally reply back with screenshots, or we make personalized video just to make sure that we're helping you and helping you solve the problem that you're having. So that is one way. The second way, it is here at the very bottom, you have this bubble, the chat support bubble here. So the chat is open from 9 till 5 Central Time, and at 12 o'clock we have lunch break. So the reason why I'm mentioning the time to you guys is because if you were to reach out to us before 9 or after 5 or during lunch break, you may not find, anyone available to assist you. So you want to use this while we're available. And again, you also want to use it for quick questions. So like this, we can assist you. So that is the second option that you have. And the third option that you have is at the bottom left corner. This is schedule a call with us. So you're able to schedule a 30-minute tech support call. And normally, like we send you a Zoom link like this. We see your screen so we can help you. But just in case if you were to schedule a call and you see that the next, well, sorry, I forgot to mention, they're like selected by, it will give you open slots and you get to select which one fits you. But if you were to schedule a call and you see that the next time available is within 2 weeks or more, and you really want to get something resolved, you can always send us an email, and our manager Emily, she'll try her best to just fit you into into a different spot. But you just have to communicate with us. Then again, so we're giving this you the 14-day quick launch guide to help you set up your site, get it running, and then like this we can start marketing. But if you get stuck, just make sure to reach out to us so like this we can assist you. So then now we're going to move on to a second subject today, which is your site manager. So once again, this is your site manager, which is where you will be working on your website. So as you work on your website, you do have view live site, which allows you to see like how your customers are seeing your website basically. So as you make changes, you can always go back and forth view live site and just see, the progress whenever you add your images and all that cool stuff. So then today I also wanted to go over your contact page. So I will go to the jump to menu here and click contacts. There you go. So this is where you will have all your contacts. So this is your contact management page basically, where you're able to add a contact, download your contacts, or import contacts if you already have a list of contacts you want to add to this. So here basically, whenever like you get a contact, whether by, let's say, a person signed up for your newsletter, or they reached out to you, or they placed an order and you are able to get their contact information will automatically generate here. So another thing that goes along with the contact is MailChimp. So one of the steps from the 14 days, it is how to create your MailChimp account. So MailChimp basically is what you'll be using for you to send out newsletters, because you won't be sending out your newsletters like your promotion using your contact page. You'll be using MailChimp. So if I go back to the 14 days just for a second, um, you have it here, number 19. It walks you through the process on how to set up your MailChimp. So this is basically once you're done, following the steps, it will show you how to connect your MailChimp with Art Storefronts. So like this, whenever you get a contact here, then it's automatically synchronized over to MailChimp. So you don't have to worry about, oh, do I have Berlin on my list so I can send her an email? No, I'll be there as soon as, if you have everything connected, and if I add my contact, then you don't have to worry about having, my contact to your MailChimp, because it will automatically be synchronized over to your MailChimp. So another thing, another feature we do have here in our contact page is, for example, this is my contact, right? And if I hover my mouse on the little eye here, so then here it says prepare welcome email. So this is super awesome, because like this is very useful when it comes to, like trying to interact with your customers, like get more personal. Like you want to thank them so for coming to your website. I don't know, you want to tell them how much you love them for joining your website, or your, I don't know, loving your art. So you can definitely go ahead and send them an email and show how happy that you are. So that is basically by sending them a welcome email. So here you just fill out the information that is needed, but you can always go back and make edits to it, like edit your subject line or the body of the email. You can just switch it up. So this is, like I mentioned, very awesome, because like this, you can interact one-on-one with your contact. So now we will move on to something else. So I am sure like every one of you guys, if you haven't uploaded any images on your website, then that is like your biggest question. How do I get my awesome images on my website? So then now we're going to jump to the process on how to add your image to your website. So what I will do is I will go back to Site Manager. And then again, anything that I'm going over here, don't worry, everything is in the 14 days. We're just showing you like how it's done and how easy it is. But if you do have, any questions, as I mentioned, just reach out to us. But this is just to show you the process. But if you get stuck, you can refer back to the articles in the 14 days. Or if you get stuck, just let us know. So this is the Site Manager again. So then now I'm going to show you guys how to add your images to your website. In your warehouse, and display them on your website. So here you have something called warehouse, and right next to it, it says art print store. So this is where you'll be uploading all your images, right? But having your images inside the warehouse, it is not available yet on your website. You're just uploading your images. This is basically your storage room, your inventory. But then you'll be using product galleries to display whatever is inside the warehouse. So as you can see here, I have a gallery called Bestseller, Gallery 1 and 2. They're called product galleries. So I will be using them to display whatever is inside my art print store. So then with that being said, I will just go ahead and click Warehouse and upload images. Okay, so once you get to your warehouse, you have to make sure that you're under products, so you can get this add button so you can add your products. And if you'd like to get more information about the file or your images, sizes, stuff like that, you can always click here where it says read article, which will open one of the articles that we have that gives you information about the size and the file and the support center that we have. So I will just go ahead and click products and go to my wallpaper. So I already prepared like a folder so I can upload my images. So I will just upload 3 images just because we're practicing. I'm just showing you guys. So I will go ahead and select 3 images and click open. So as you can see now, my images are uploading, then they go through uploading process. So then once you get the check marks, that mean your images are now uploaded into your warehouse. So if I go ahead and scroll down, now, ooh, sorry, I had images there already. But anyways, so here my images are uploaded. Let me just remove. Well, no, I'll just. So hey guys, this is basically because I did this step already, so I had my images there. So don't worry, don't mind. So then here I uploaded 3 images. So then now, like I mentioned, your images are not on your website. They're just inside the warehouse. That's basically it. So you will see that on your images, you do have this edit button, just so I can quickly show you what it's for. So this will allow you to edit the the name of the image and you can add description. So here, as you can see, my image has a random name. And then here you're able to add the artist name, short description, long description if you want to, really romance with your customers when they're viewing the image. So that's what it's for. When you click, the edit, it just gives you, you can edit the name of your image here. So then, so for example, let's say this one, I call it, let's just go with flower just to keep it simple. So once you're done making any changes, or let's say you rename something, you really want to make sure you click the save button, because if you don't save, then unfortunately you have to go back and do it again. So that is super important that you always have that in your head, like I have to save. And then the second option here is available sizes. So when you uploaded your images, as you can see, it went through an uploading process, which is where, the system reads the resolution of your image. So then here it just shows you, according to your aspect ratio or the dimension of the image, then it generates the different sizes that you have. So you can be, for example, this image, it says it can be print like from the smallest 6 by 3, largest 54 by 29. So then here you're able to select the sizes that you want. So let's say that you're only going to offer few sizes. You can toggle everything off and then just manually turn on the ones that you want to offer. But if you feel like you're going to offer more sizes, then you can toggle everything on and then just turn off the ones that you're not going to offer. So then again, once you're done with that, you just want to make sure you click save so you can just save what you just did here. So now we can get ready to add our images on our website because they're not yet on the website. So I will go ahead and click warehouse. Okay, sorry guys, my connection is just a little bit slow today. Okay, good. So then now that I have my image, I called it flower and all that good stuff. So then now I'm ready to add them on my website. So what I will do is I will just check mark. Or let's say that, for example, I only check mark these 3, but let's say that you wanted to add all 15 or 10 images that you have. You don't have to manually select each one. You can go to bulk select, and what it does, it selects all the images for you. So in my case, I will just select these 3. So then once I'm done selecting, then you see this black button here that says go. And right above it, it says display selected on your website. So now it means that you're ready to have these images show on your website, because right now they're just in your warehouse. So then now again, you're able to see the galleries that I mentioned earlier. So then here you're able to add or remove the images you selected. You're able to create a new product gallery. Let's say that you have more than 3 galleries. So you can just click on create and there you have it. You'll have a new gallery created. So since I already have like 3 galleries, I will just use one of them. So let's say that I want to use gallery 1. So first I will check mark. And then if I want, I can quick edit. So this quick edit here means that I'm able to just rename the gallery. So for example, let's just go ahead and call this Fire Flowers. And then I can just click update. And then the other edit button is for further customization. Let's say like I want to change the order of the image, or, you know, something else or add description to the gallery, I can click edit. And then the view button here allows you to view the actual gallery. So let's say that you want to double check if you already have an image on there before adding it. Let's say you can always click the view button, then it will open a new tab and show you the images that are inside the gallery at that moment. So then in my case, I don't have any images yet in the gallery, so I'll just click update. So then you get this green confirmation that you've added your image successfully to the gallery. So you can click OK and then close that little tab, and you can now view your live site if you want to see like how it's looking. So then now there you have it. As you can see now I have my gallery, which is called Fire Flowers, and I have my images there. So if I want, I can click on the image itself or the text to open the gallery. So once I click on it now, it will display all 3 images that I have in the gallery. So that was super quick and easy. You did everything in the warehouse. So then now that's not, there's another thing I would like to show you. As you can see here, it says gallery 1, which I will show you guys why it says gallery 1, although I called it fire galleries. But let's say that you want to change the sorting of the images. Let's say you want this one to be first, you want your butterfly to be second, you're able to do that. So then at the bottom here, you have this edit site button. So edit site means that whatever page that you are looking at when you're while you're looking at your live site, if you click edit site, then it's going to take you to edit that specific page. So then since I want to go to my gallery called Fire Flowers, I'll just click edit site so I can edit the my images like the way they are sorted out. So then first, let me just show you the info tab here. You see, that's the name that I gave my gallery, which is called Fire Flowers, but the headline was Gallery 1. So I can just copy this and just name it the same. I can give it the same name. But that's basically if you want to add just a little bit extra information. Maybe I would have put, I don't know, Fire Flowers all red, something like that. But you could just put what, most likely it could be the same. So then now if I want to sort out my images, I will go to View and Sort Products. So then that's where you're able to just drag your images around and sort them out to your taste. And once you're done, you click the save button. And once again, another thing to keep in mind is if you never selected like a specific image to make the cover, the first image will be the thumbnail of the gallery. But if you have if you have, then you can just select any image and make it a cover. But if not, just keep in mind that the first image will be the thumbnail. So now since I made sure I saved, and now if I go ahead and click view live site, you will see now my the thumbnail of my gallery is no longer the other flower, is the cute butterfly. So that's basically how it's done. So what we just learned today is how to add your images into your warehouse and display them on your website. So then again, if you do get stuck or you'd like to, repeat the same process, that is, if I go to the 14 day, that is basically this one here, step number 2. So then another cool thing today we'll go over, it is how to place a self-made order. So a self-made order is basically you placing an order in the backend of your website instead of you placing the order as if you're on your website like a regular customer will normally do. But as you're doing it, you're also buying it at wholesale price, which is basically production cost. So I will just walk you guys through the process on how to place that self-made order using the backend of your website. So, right. All right. So then I will go to the jump to menu here and I will click orders. Okay, so once you click orders, you will see that it will land on all orders. So this is where you see all your orders, but our focus today, it is self-made orders. So if I go ahead and click on the second tab here above, then I can just go ahead and click new order. So if it's the, well, sure, but if it's the first time you're doing this, most likely you don't have your contact registered. But here you're able to choose existing contact if you already had your contact information registered. But if you haven't, then you will click on new customer and then just fill out all the information needed, your first name, last name. But the most important part here is just you must have this set to yes, where it says can buy wholesale. If this is not set to yes, then you will not be able to purchase, just production costs. So that is why it's super important that you make sure you set this to yes. And once you're done, you will click the create button. Okay? Can buy wholesale, set to yes. So then in my case, I already have my contact register, so I don't have to go through the process of filling out these informations. So I can just go ahead and click choose an existing customer. So I am the customer. I'll just type my name, which is Berlin, and hit the search button. So then now it populated my contact, so I will just click select. So once you're done selecting the contact or you created your contact, then it will open this page here. So on your right hand side, you have something here that says order summary. So I always recommend to just double check where it says can buy wholesale if it is set to yes, just in case. Um, but if it's not set to yes, then you know that you must go ahead and turn on can buy wholesale price. But it's good to just make sure. So as I fill out the information required here, then you will see it will populate here in the order summary. So once you're done double check, like you're done checking that this is set to yes, then you can move on to shipping address. So then again, if it's the first time you're doing this, then you need to create, the new address. So then here you would just put the address that where the item will be shipped to. So then you put, all the information needed. And then once you're done, you can click create new address. But then again, in my case, I already have my contact registered with my address. So then I can just click selecting existing address. So then here in the drop down, I will select my address. And as you can see now, this populated says ship to, and it's just showing you my address. So then now for your billing address, if your billing address is the same as your shipping address, you don't have to worry about step number 3. You can just click on this radio button here that says apply billing to apply to billing address, which means that it will duplicate the same address you have here to your billing. And that's just basically a click. Then it saves you time. You don't have to really worry about entering the information, step number 3. So then now that we have this information all entered, then I need to now select the item. So then this is super important that you do remember the name of the item that you have in your warehouse, because if you don't, then you will be able to search for the product. So in my case, I do have a flower that is called red. So I'll just type red and click the go button. Then it will populate this item that I have in my art print store that is called red. So then I click select. So then now it goes through this, loading process just to give me the choices, like the media, the size, the style, all that good stuff so I can make my purchase. So then let's say for this amazing red flower, I just want to print it on, let's go with smooth fine art paper. And then once you're done with the media type, then you can select, the size that you want. I'll go with 21 by 14. And then the third option, it is the style. So just keep in mind that, you know, it all depends on what media you select, then you will get different style options. So in my case, I just selected photo paper. So I will get, this styles. So let's say that I want my beautiful red flower to be framed. So I will go ahead and click, the tab, the fourth tab. As you can see before, it only said 1, 2, 3, but as soon as I clicked on the on frame, then it generated like a fourth tab for me to select the frame that I want. So then once you're done selecting your frame, then you're ready to click continue. Then what this does, it just confirms, the summary. It just shows you the summary of what you selected, the media, the size, the style finish, and what frame you selected. And then here you can put the amount of that product that you wish to have, if it's 1, 2, but in my case, I just want 1. So then once I'm done with that, I can go ahead and click add to cart. And that's basically it. So then here, as you can see, it populated the information on there, like, just showing me the price and all that. So now once I'm done with that, then I can jump to number 5, which is selecting your shipping, because you will be charged for shipping. So then here you get to like what kind of shipping you want, if it is a standard 2-day shipping. So once you're done selecting your shipping, then now you can move to number 7. Number 6 is for discount, but you're not discounting anything. You're already making a, purchasing at production cost. There's no discount. So you can just go ahead and jump to number 7. And then now, again, it gives you like, the review of what you selected. And then now once you're satisfied with this, you can just click place order. So once you're done with placing your order, now your vendor, oh, sorry, one thing I forgot to mention here, sorry. So as you can see here on the order summary, It says fulfillment by graphic. If you're with Bay Photo, then it will show here Bay Photo. So once you click the place order, then your vendor will receive, your order, and like this, you can just, wait for your product. So this is how you place a self-made order at production costs. So once again, everything that I've gone over today, they are in your 14 days. For example, how to place a self-made order. If I refer back to the 14 days, if I scroll down, that is number 17 here. So we do have a video. We also have the article with images attached to it just to show you the process on how to get it done. But then again, if you guys get stuck, please remember that we're here for you at any time. Just chat with us, text us, I don't know, schedule a call, then we'll be there for you. So I hope everyone was able to learn something from this today. Have a good day. Back to you, Marco.
Oh, thanks, Berlin. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Couple more things we want to show you here, and just let me start my screen share here. Okay, let's go back to my site manager. Now we have recently released a new feature called Tasks. Now, Tasks feature is a very useful little feature that allows you to create sort of like reminders for yourself. Now, since you're just starting out to build your site, we have some tasks pre-populated for you there. Now, there are two ways you can access tasks, and that one of them is just clicking on tasks on the top of your screen. You can also access them from the jump to menu by clicking on tasks. Both of them take you to the same place, and that is the tasks section. If you go to the tasks section, you will see 3 tasks in here that are not yet completed, right? Number 1, start working on your website ASAP, get it live within 14 days. Now, like Berlin mentioned, 14 days is just like a general timeline. What the philosophy here is that you get your website live as soon as possible, so you can dive into the marketing and start returning on your investment. So that's why we have that time frame of 14 days. On this task, you have all the relevant links. You can click on the 14-day guides for auto-fulfillment, self-fulfillment. You can watch the reply of the onboarding workshop that was before this one. And also, there is a link to join live workshop right there down on the bottom. So once this task is completed, once your website goes live, you go on to the next one, which is attend the marketing launch workshop. And the same thing goes. So you have recent season reply here. You can watch just to see how it looks like, just to see what that workshop is all about. It's a bit different than this one. And also there is a join link right here. Third task is once meeting launch is done, start regular marketing by following the art marketing calendar. Now we're not going to go that far ahead on this workshop. We're just going to keep it on the first task here, which is getting your website live as soon as possible. Also, tasks feature allows you to create new tasks. You can create tasks for yourself or your team members. If you click on add task here, you can select a task for a specific contact. For example, if you want to reach out to the specific contact on Friday, you can create a task right here on your website. So if I want to reach out to Maria from the team, I can just put a description of a task, reach out to 20% discount coupon, right? I can select the due date. So let's say Monday. And I want to assign it either to myself or one of the team members that I have registered as team members on my site. So once I click save here, my task has been successfully created, and I will get a reminder bell on my website once it becomes overdue. So that's how I can create a new task. I can also edit the task, right? If I want, for example, to change the discount, I want Maria doesn't get 20%, I'll give her 15%. I can just edit the task at any time. So yeah, that's our tasks feature. That's the newest, like I said, the newest release we had. And also you can filter the tasks by team members, filter them by status, if you have a lot of the tasks. So it's just kind of a useful feature to help you organize your daily agenda here on our storefronts. So with that, one more thing we wanted to show you is even if you are on the automated fulfillment program, you still have the ability to offer self-fulfilled products. The only difference is, like Berlin just showed with the art print products who are auto-fulfilled, they are uploaded in the art print store. Self-fulfilled products are uploaded in the standard store, which is a store page that's not connected to your print vendor. So let's go ahead and create one. So I'm going to click on add page. Now, sorry guys, if it gets stuck along the way, my connection is, I'm streaming on YouTube, recording on Zoom, and sharing screens, so it might be a little laggy, just to give you heads up. Okay, so back to the creating the page. So I want to click on the store here, give it a name, for example, self-fulfilled warehouse, and click on create. First question I'm asked is, what type of store do I want to create? And I want to select standard store here. There we go. Click on create. Let's see if this will do it. Yep, there we go. My page has been created and I am led to it right away. So my standard store is created and I can add products to it. Not the only key difference here is, as you can see, the layout is pretty similar to the art print store. The key difference here is that you have to create a product first, and then you can add images to it. And you can add multiple images to a single product, which is very useful when you're offering, for example, originals or limited editions if you're a photographer. You can actually take images, you can actually upload images from different angles of the image. So you can show the hanging in the back, you can show the frame, you can show the depth of an image. So that can be useful when somebody is browsing through your images, because essentially what we're trying to do is bring this as close to in-person purchase as possible, right? So keep that in mind when you're adding your limited edition and original art. In live, person will be able to actually see the image, see behind it, see how deep it is. So keep all that in mind when you're adding new products. So let's go ahead and add new product. So if I click on the add products option here, I can select which type of product I wish to add. So there are several options here. So standard product, that can be pretty much anything. Standard product can be anything from a mug to t-shirt to any merchandise products that you can maybe offer. There are original art, calendars, limited editions, and multi-panel and gift card products. So let's go ahead and create a limited edition product. I'm gonna name it a limited edition workshop. Doesn't really matter. And click on save. Okay. So now my standard product has been created. Now, as you can see, I can add images to it. Now, if I click here, add photos, just let me find oh, there we go. I can add several all at once. So I'm just going to select these 4 and upload them. I probably shouldn't have selected 4 because of my internet connection. So this might take a while, guys. Sorry about that. But anyway, this is how you do it. You can select multiple images and upload them to the same product. And again, every product in the standard store is self-fulfilled, meaning that you will be responsible for shipping it. You will be responsible for any fulfillment that needs to happen and stuff like that. So here we go. It's coming along. Okay, there we go. So once uploaded, my images will display in this section here, product photos, right? Scrolling a bit down, there is an info tab where I can change the name, quantity, since this is a limited edition. I can add artist name, item code, wall preview size, since these products can also be used in a wall preview. Just want to make sure to fill in these sizes. So let's just go with 8 by 12 and 18 by 20, for example. Short description is here, long description is here, short description for a catalog, um, description within order emails. We're not going to go over that feature right now. And the price field here. Uh, yeah, price of 500, for example, and the shipping weight. Now, since you will be responsible for shipping it, it is if you are using a shipping method based on weight, just make sure to add shipping weight to your products. And the weight added here needs to be packed weight, so the weight with the box and everything. Okay, so let's go with maybe 2 pounds. Saving that creates my product. And from here, the process is the same as in the art print store. I can promote my product in the product gallery. So let's go ahead and do that. I want to select it here, display selected on your website, click on go, and select the gallery in which I wish to display this product. So let's go with bestsellers, for example. There we go. If I go to my live site and find bestsellers, I'll be able to see my product here. So let's just see how that looks like on the site. Limited edition workshop. There it is. There we go. So as you can see, there is a price. Short description would populate here if we've added it. We haven't, but it will populate right here between the price and the add to cart. There are images. I can easily scroll through here. Now, there are obviously random images, but just imagine that you've added images of the same product from different angles. Your customers will be able to simply scroll through the images added here. And that's pretty much how you create a limited edition product. And we actually have one more thing I think we need to show you, and that's the Small Wins Facebook group. So for that, I'm going to hand it over to another team member. So yeah, these workshops are actually a very good way to meet your support team. So the third member that will be presenting today is Kim. So Kim, whenever you're ready, go right ahead.
Mhm. Okay, thank you so much, Marco. I'll share my screen this time. Okay, one moment here. All right. Okay, so Small Wins is our dedicated group for your marketing questions or any business related advice that you need. And even before you start your marketing journey, announcing your website or your giveaway, we really advise that you join the group first so that you can see everyone because our marketing team, the support team, and our company owner as well is part of the group. So first, when you are on your site manager, you can easily find the link on how you can access Small Wins. Just go at the top corner and then go to marketing tab, then scroll down to Small Wins. And then it will pull up a new window or tab and bring you directly to the group. Okay. So right now I'm already joined. This shows you the interface here, and there will be several places that you want to check. So first, the announcements. Okay. So if you want to see the important stuff, new features added in the platform, important announcement weekly for the task that you need to do, which we call the weekly agenda. It's just kind of slow right now. Let me just open up what I have already earlier. Okay, so I pulled this page already before this session. So to show you, so you will find your important announcement, your weekly task, as well as new features. And of course, when you're ready to drop your questions, just go back to the announcements, sorry, to the discussion page on the left panel. Okay. All right, and then you will find here the section to write a post. We really encourage you if you have any marketing related questions, bump it to this place, or if you need any business advice. However, if you also have any wins, you win big or you have small wins, share it as well because we want to celebrate with you. Or if you have any best practices that you want to share with everyone in the platform, that's also the best place to drop your advice or best practices so we can be successful like everybody. And then here you will find the previous questions from your fellow artists. And if someone responds to your post, you will see on the bell on the top right corner your notifications so you can see their response. So if you're not yet part of the group, I really suggest that after this session, go back to your site manager, go to Small Wins and request to join. We will approve your request shortly. So that's all for Small Wins. I'm going to hand this back to Marco.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Okay, guys, so now we're going to open it up for questions. Just the screen share is still up, Kim.
Yeah.
So we're going to open it up for questions right now. So if you guys have any questions, remember to use the raise hand feature in Zoom, which is accessed if you click on the participants button in the bottom. If you click there, then you will see a hand icon, which will then raise your hand and we'll be able to see you. So the first hand raised for today is Sharon. Sharon, you can unmute yourself. Hey, Sharon, I think you, oh, there you go.
You hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. It's a silly question, but I'm having a lot of trouble with this. So in the FAQ section, they ask me many times to change example at example.com. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to put in there. Do I put my email address as in sharonbacall@gmail.com? Or do I get a page with you guys, sharon@sharonbacall.com?
Well, depending on the section and depending on the email you want to use. So the idea there is that you always want your customers to contact you for any issues that they have. And the FAQ page is a very good, like a centralized place for that, right?
Right.
So you just want to make sure to add the email address to which you wish to be contacted.
But in the hyperlink that I'm putting down, what I'm calling it sharing or support. I'm interested in what I'm putting in that little box where it says hyperlink. What do I put in that box? The website that I have right now, it says it's sharon@sharonbacall.com, but I'm moving over to yours. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure in the tutorial, it's ross@storefronts.com. So I put sharon@sharonbacall.com. It's not working.
Okay, so email addresses work, that's a bit tricky question. So what you have to do to actually have an email address is you need to have a host for that email address, right? If you want to use sharon@sharonbacall.com, you need to go to a registrar who has sharonbacall.com registered, where that email is hosted.
I already have that.
You have that. That email address is active, right?
Yeah, it's if you go to my website before
I'm sorry. I think she's referring to like the link box.
Yes.
Oh,
so
the
basically,
contact
if you put
link.
because the thing is like if you put, I'm sorry, hi Sharon. So basically, like if you put your email, you don't need to add any link to it. This is the purpose. Let's say that if you were to connect your contact page, let's say to when a person they click on Sharon, it would open your contact page. But if you're not like, if you just want them to just, copy your email and enter their email on their, I don't know, on their phone and just email you, they can do that. But if you wanted to respond to a page, then that's when you will add a link.
Okay, that's not my question. I've been through technical audit. I keep flunking on the frequently on that page. I'm doing something wrong. Please explain to me what you want me to put in there.
Okay, let me
returns, email, support, questions. It's the same answer for everything.
Yep. Let me just pull up my FAQ page, see if I have that so I can show you.
Beautiful.
Not this
I'm sorry about this, but I'm really struggling.
No worries. It's okay. That's what we're here for.
I know it's an easy question. I keep
there we go. I got it. Yeah. I'm sharing my screen now with you.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. So what we have for you is an example FAQ page.
Right.
And the idea here is that you need to align your shipping and return policies with those of your print vendor, right? Since your print vendor will be doing the shipping, right? And ultimately, all returns and all of that stuff will be going through them, of course through you first, but ultimately through them.
Okay.
So you need to just use their shipping policies, but make sure that your customers contact you, not your print vendor, right? You
Right.
always want them to contact you first.
Right.
So for that reason, we added those example email addresses there, just so you can, instead of that, type
Yeah.
in the email address to which you wish to be contacted. Now, in the section here, shipping outside the continental USA,
Right.
just get this zoom out of the way. There we go. So there is this contact us, add link to the contact page. And
Yeah.
this is where you can actually hyperlink your contact page. So once somebody clicks on the contact us
Yes.
right here, they'll be led to contact us page. So let me show you how you can do that real quick. So open up the contact us form page, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
can do this in two ways. You can, if you have a custom domain connected to your site, you can just copy the custom domain address of your page. If you don't, you can just copy this extension here, right? It says contact us. So let's just remove add link to contact page because we're going to do it right now.
Okay.
Highlight the text that I wish to hyperlink. Click on the link icon here. Paste the URL, right? Smart URL. If I want to open it in a new window, I can also select that and click OK, right? Once I click OK, you will see the contact will be underlined, which indicates that it's now a link. So if I click Save Content here, right? Click on Contact Us. Oh, it's actually, see if I can, there we go. Click on Contact Us. That will lead me to the contact form of my website,
Wonderful.
where my customers will be able to contact me. Now, this goes for this particular field. Let me see if I can, there we go. So what's your policy on returns, exchanges, refunds? This is what I was referring to before,
Right.
where instead of example at example, you will see if your prints arrive damaged, please keep all packaging in contact. You can also hyperlink your contact form here if you wish all of those emails to also get to that same address. But if you just want to link your email address here, you're free to do so. You can link sharon@sharonbakal.com instead of example at example. This is just a placeholder text to show you where you can add your email address.
Okay. Last part of this question, at the very bottom of this page,
Okay.
it says FAQ, and in the footers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Test FAQ returns, all that stuff. How do I link that to my FAQ page? This page that
Yeah, it's the same way we just did, right? So the only difference is footer is locked right now. And in order to unlock it, I will have to go to the back end of my site.
Okay, mine is unlocked, and I put FAQ. I put Sharon Bacall at FAQ, and they said that page doesn't exist. So how do I make that page exist?
Probably there is something wrong with the URL you added, because
Okay.
if you click on it and it says page doesn't exist,
Yes.
that means that system cannot find the path to that page, which is the URL here.
Okay,
So,
I'll reach out separately on that one. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Thank you.
Anytime. Stop the share. Okay. Roseanne, you're up next. Hello, Roseanne. How are you?
Hey, Marco. Doing pretty
Hi.
good. Kim, we're going to need to get Marco and Ross some capes, Berlane too.
We got them. We got them. Don't worry.
All right, sweet. And Ross, I'm looking to get you an IV for your coffee. It'll make it easier. But a couple of quick questions. When a customer first comes on the website, I know it shows the, % off your first order. How many times does that pop-up keep coming up if they don't fill something out? In other words,
that can be set up. That can be set up. You can set it up so
it only pops up one time.
Yeah, you can only set it up if they turn it off, like if they exit when they see it, it will not pop up for 24 hours or whatever time frame you want to add. And those options are in the lead capture tool tab of your newsletter sign up.
Okay. And when we click on an image and it shows a close-up, like a larger size of the image, is there any way to have an option where they can just like look at a certain area of the image up close? Because one of my images has a slightly distorted effect like glass, but it's hard to see.
There's that zoom tool that
Okay,
on your site, for print
I'm
products.
making notes so I can check,
Yeah,
test this stuff out.
if you just hover your cursor over the image, there should be like a little zoom tool but I'm not sure that will actually
If I
make
can
that
hop
visible.
in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Is this a standard store product or a print?
It's a print. It'll be in my main store. I can link it if you like. The image is up.
Yeah, I think you should have an option for when you move the cursor over the image, it shows an enlarged view of that particular section. Not sure if that's quite what you're looking for though, but if you want to link that image in chat, I'll have a quick look.
Okay, sweet. And the size of the image you upload, does that impact the time it takes for the image to load when someone clicks on it?
No, when you upload the image, the site actually creates smaller preview images, which are the ones that are displayed to customers.
Sweet. Okay. That's all I have for questions, folks.
Thank you, Roseanne. Okay. Ainsworth, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, that's okay.
I got it right? Yeah?
Yes, it's
Great.
Ainsworth. Okay. My question was the same thing with the links, because after the audit, they said I have a problem with the links. And I was trying to catch just now with the contact link, because I have the newsletter link that is not up, because what I did, I type it in instead of linking it. So when you click on it, there's nothing coming up.
Exactly. So let me show that again.
Yes, please.
And we might need to do a presentation of this on the next workshop. We're getting a lot of questions about that. So let me show you how you can first add links to your footer, how you can unlock the footer. So from my site manager, I just want to click on header and footer tab here, right? Find a footer, just 1 second, there is the footer, on-site content builder, and I just want to make sure that the on-site content builder is selected, and I want to click here, which will then lead me to my site, right? So I see preview of my site, and my footer is now unlocked, and I can now edit it, right? And the same way goes, like I just added the link to the FAQ page. So I want to go ahead and grab a link to the FAQ, right? If I'm on a custom domain, again, I can just paste the entire URL. If I'm not, if I still my URL is still, my custom domain is still not connected, I can just copy this little extension here, right? Which is the smart URL, by the way, and paste that one in the FAQ. And since my returns and privacy policy is also in the FAQ, I'll just paste the same link in. So here I am, URL, FAQ by photo. I want to set it up to open in a new tab. Click OK, and do the same thing for returns. So highlight the text, find the hyperlink option here.
Hyperlink.
Yeah, paste the URL path that I want this text to use, and click OK. Okay. So for the newsletter, since it's not actually visible on your site, that's a bit trickier to get. So let me just show you how you can do that. Let's just save content. So remember, guys, anytime you do anything on the on-site content builder, save content is right here on the right. So make sure to hit that save button. Okay, it's taking its time. Sorry about that, guys. It's a connection I mentioned before. There we go. Okay, so let me go back to the back end of my site here. If my computer will listen to me. There he goes. Come on. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, there we go. So I want to go back to the Pages tab. Just 1 second here. There we go. So in the Pages tab of my site manager, I just want to find my newsletter sign up form page, right? Now it's either here in the main section or it will be down in the standalone pages section, right? So just find that page, newsletter sign up, or whichever form page is populating the lead capture tool. So if I click on the newsletter sign up, there are two ways I can get that link. I can click on, instead of back here, I will see view on custom domain. I can use that option, which will then take me to this page on my site, even if it's invisible to the customers. As a site admin, I can access it. The other way is to just go to the SEO options tab, find the smart URL, copy it, right? Come to my footer. We lost the footer. Let's go back. Unlock that footer again. Highlight the newsletter.
Highlight.
Text. There we go. Hyperlink again. Now, since I've copied the smart URL, don't forget to add this little dash in front. So there we go. I got my newsletter link there. Now, these links, if I've added them this way, right? These links will stay. I will not have to update them when I add my custom domain. So the system will just populate whatever is before this slash smart URL. So once this one's done too, I save content and that's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
There is also an article on how to do that describes the entire process, and we can get that in the chat for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
One more question before I leave.
Yep.
The shipping.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to see like the US Post with smaller images and the bigger ones, FedEx. Is this a way that we can link FedEx into the website?
Not directly. What you can do is you can create a now this are you on automated fulfillment or self-fulfillment program?
Both. We have originals. I have the
and you have the prints, right?
Yeah.
But you're connected to the vendor, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you only really have to set up shipping for your originals, for the products in your standard store, right?
Okay.
Since products in our print store already have their shipping methods from your print vendor, right?
Okay.
Your print vendor has all that figured out. So shipping methods for your standard products or self-fulfilled products, you will have to create it in a separate custom shipping method, right? Now you can create custom shipping methods in two ways. You can add them, number one, by cart subtotal, right? So that the price of the shipping will be calculated based on the total price of the cart, right? Based on the price of all items in the cart, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other way is by weight. If you want to use shipping method by weight, you will be able to create that one as well. So that's when I was creating, if you remember, when I was creating the limited edition product, I touched on this a little bit. There is a little section down there that says shipping weight, right? So if you have a shipping method that's based on weight, the system will then take values from that field and add them up if there are multiple items in the cart. So for example, if I order 3 originals from you, and they all weigh 2 pounds, my total weight will be 6 pounds, right? And then the system will calculate shipping weight based on what I inputted for 6 pounds in my custom shipping method. You can values in the shipping method itself. You can put whichever one you'd like, right? You can put the FedEx one, you can put the USPS one, whatever is easier for you, with whatever you think is, less work for you to do, if
Just put it
Now,
in
whatever you
manually.
feel like more comfortable with, you can use both.
Okay. I'll go back on that. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
When can I get another audit site?
Probably by Monday. Let's
Okay.
book that for you.
Okay. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Very welcome. Janine, you're live, Janine. Why are you here, Janine?
Because I still have questions. I
I'm just kidding.
remember I launched without the without every detail in order. Thanks about the links thing, because that's one of my details that I decided wasn't important enough on launch. So I'll do
Oh,
those.
Taylor is waiting you on that.
He's what?
You're on his. Taylor is waiting for you on that. You're on Taylor's hit list.
Oh no, I
Just
knew
a
I'd be
little.
on someone else's hit list. I'm just glad I'm off of Patrick's hit list, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is sort of a little thing, but it looks weird. If I were a customer, I would think it looks weird. When I did all the product options, which really feel solid with those now, which is great because I have another poster I'm going to upload soon. I did it with a version, just the print, and a version with framed.
Yeah.
And the print ones look fine. I don't know if you have the ability to look at it, but
Let me pull it up.
yeah. So the weird thing is when you go to one of the framed options, it has the 5 radio buttons and the size, and that's how it should be. And as you click on them, the price above is correct. But what's still left next to each price is it says in parentheses, add 0 to the original price, and it's like my communication.
You
and
can
I
turn it off. Yeah.
How did okay? Could you just direct me where to turn it off, and I'll do it because
I can turn it off for you if you want.
or you could, but tell me where it is, just because
Of course. Yeah. Here I'm sharing my screen.
Ah, excellent. All right, it'll come up again.
Mm-hmm.
I do lots
So
of
yeah, you're referring to this.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Let me show you how you can fix that. So I need to go to my standard store for that.
Okay.
And product options.
Product options. Figured.
Manage.
Okay. I don't remember.
Okay, so now I need to figure out which one is it. So
It's that one.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's click on edit here. And here we are. Okay, so this all looks good. Product option selected by default. Display price per unit text. Turn that off.
Okay.
Update. Okay. Let's try that again. Shop art. A to zoo. I love that A to zoo.
Thanks. It's the framed ones.
Oh, it's the framed ones.
Yeah. See those, just the print ones are okay. So later on I'll go in and do the other. Oh, I guess I won't have
There
to
you go.
because it's shared. Yeah. Excellent. Oh, thank you. Because I do have to go in still and add the cost of shipping since I'm offering free shipping.
Yep.
But that's okay. Now I'm like, I'm calling myself the queen of product options. Thanks to Kim. She taught me well. So thank you for that. And the question that I wanted to ask is, this is really, it has to do with the 14-day, I'm starting that. And so I just casually sent emails out to some friends, and they went and looked at the site, and then they signed up. And I noticed in my email, I received an email from support that it said, notifying me that I got a sign up, which is awesome. I'm like, ooh, and now I'm like monitoring my email every second of the day.
Yep.
And so there was a little link there, and it said manage contacts or something. And I clicked on it, and I saw this welcome email. And is that automatically generated when someone signs up, or do I need to send it?
No, it's there is a placeholder text when you click on it, already populated in, but you have to send it. It's not sent automatically.
I do have to send it. It's
So what happens? Yeah, so what happens with the newsletter? If somebody signs up to your newsletter, right? The only automatic email they get is the email with the coupon code.
Okay.
Right. So that's the deal. So if they give you your email address, if they give you their email address, you give them 20% off, right? And that 20% off is activated by a coupon code, by a code
Okay.
they actually have to type in, right? So the system will automatically send them that coupon code, the first 20 by default it is.
Okay.
So that's what they will get. Thank you for signing up. Here's your coupon, first 20, use it in the next 5 days or 3 days, or I don't really remember what the actual date is.
Will I
But
designate that
yeah.
that date? Okay.
A welcome email is a different thing. Welcome email is what you send, a little bit more personal touch, you know,
Yeah, I like that.
signing up to my list, you know,
Yeah, it's
if
awesome.
there is anything I can help you. There's a placeholder text in there. Make sure to tweak it, you know, a little bit just to, you
Yes.
know, match
Yeah.
the needs of the
Okay.
particular contact. And yeah,
Okay.
that's it. And you can
So I
also
am-
access that from the contacts page, by the way.
Say it again.
You can access that feature from the contacts page. So if you go jump to contacts,
Okay.
right, you will find the list of your contacts, and there will be a little eye icon, right?
Okay.
And there you could just prepare a welcome email for them.
Gotcha. So, okay, so clarifying that I do need to send the welcome email.
Yep.
So my friend said he got something like, oh my God, does it generate it automatically?
No, he probably got
he got
the
the coupon.
coupon code. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then the last thing is on the Google Sheets, I forget where it was, pulling up to keep track of, might have been in that article about sending out emails to people to let them know about the list, which I plan to do, not a MailChimp, but individual emails. And to keep track of them, there was that Google Sheets. I saw it in one of the sessions about a week ago that they were using for the curators, but it's the same concept. I pulled it up and I saw it and it's filled out, but how do I duplicate that? I'm not accustomed to using Google Sheets. So
well, I think when you open it, let me show you that. Just 1 second. Sharing my screen. There we go. Do we have a backend open? Yep. So jump to contacts. Okay. So this is the eye icon that I told you about, right?
Okay.
Here you hover and then you prepare a welcome email, right?
Right.
And here's the placeholder text.
Yes.
Right? So here's the buyer persona information spreadsheet. Sorry about that. So there you go. So let's see how this works. See if it can load it.
It says make a copy of the spreadsheet. That's what I didn't know how to do.
Okay, so if I click on file and make a copy, right?
Okay.
That will copy the exact same thing here, but in my spreadsheet. So I'll be able to actually make edits to it, and because this is just a view only type of document.
That's okay. So
yeah, just file, make a copy.
Make a copy, and then that view only will turn off, and I'll be able to.
Yeah, then you will be exactly, because then it will be on your personal spreadsheet. Google
Okay,
Sheets.
and that's actually housed in my contacts page or section.
Oh no, it will be housed in your Google Sheets. So for example, if I go to my Google Sheets, so let me show you that. So this is the Google Sheets of my account. I think it's my work account. And it will be right here. So I can click on File, Open, and they will all be right here, listed here.
Okay.
These are all the spreadsheets that I have.
I see.
For this account. You'll just be able to select it. Yeah.
That's sort of a new thing for me. I don't have Excel on my new computer, but it's a MacBook, so I have that.
You have a
version of it.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. And is that, would you say that this is better because it's online, or does it but that Google Sheets doesn't necessarily integrate with the our website.
Numbers. No, it doesn't.
It's cool.
It's just whichever one is easier for you to use. I personally find it easier in the Sheets, right?
Okay.
Because it automatically, it has that cool feature where wherever you make a change, it saves it automatically.
Yeah.
So you don't have to click save all the time.
Boy.
But yeah, I mean, it's Yeah, whichever one you find easier to use.
I'm laughing because every time I turn around, I got to learn some new software, and
Yep.
they keep saying that they accelerated the technology 10 years. Well, accelerated my technology 10 years because I'm really, really slow at adapting to new tech. It just makes me nervous. But the best time to do it is with you guys helping. So, okay,
course,
good.
that's why we're here for, Ginny.
I know what I'll be doing this weekend.
Yep.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you, Janine.
Okay.
Okay, next up is John Greger. Hi, John.
Hi. Oh, you unmuted me. Hi, Marco. I appreciate you taking my question. I just wanted to make a quick comment, and I have a quick question. You know, I went through this. I'm live already. I'm kind of like the guy that jumps in and then reads the instruction manual after you've already attempted. And during this, there's a lot of moving parts, and I'll let everybody know that's out there that's putting this thing together. There's a lot of moving parts. I hit a wall. I kind of blew up. You guys were professional, helped me through it. It was great. I want to thank everybody that got me to the point where I launched. So thanks a lot. I appreciate all that. Quick question I have for Kim. Kim, I'm a photographic educator, and I run workshops for many, many years. And I came up with something about a month ago. I started offering a weekly webinar through Zoom for photographers. It's free and it's open. And I call it the Pro-Am series. And I combine a professional and an amateur photographer, and they do a short presentation, and then we have a Q&A afterwards. And I thought that it might be something that might be useful to some of your other members, and I was just wondering if that's something I can put a link to on that small wins page.
Of course. Go right ahead.
Okay, great. That's all I had. Thanks a lot, you guys. Appreciate all your help. And I picked up a few extra tips here by listening through this, so it definitely wasn't a waste.
That's the point. That's the point of the workshop, guys. Just, learn from each other, and we kind of gather all the most common questions, and then we put them all in the presentation. So yeah, that's kind of the point of it. So I'm glad that you were able to pick up some few new tricks along the way. Thank you, John. Alex, you are up next, Alex. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for taking my question. I'm pretty new, just started getting set up, and a lot of it seems to be going well, but one thing I really want to add is multi-panel prints. And I wasn't sure if I can do that with the automated store, or if I have to do it otherwise.
Yeah, that's a kind of a tricky question. So what you do there is you create a multi-panel product. And now we will give you a link of an article, but let me just run you through how it works. So you create a limited edition product, just like I did in the presentation, right? But in an image, you add an image you create before. So you need to create an image on a transparent background, a PNG image on a transparent background. That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, the whole multi-panel, right?
Okay.
As a whole. So you add that as a limited edition product, but you also add those individual pieces as a products in the art print store. What you can do is, what's easiest here is that you create a separate art print store for your multi-panels only, right?
Okay.
So you create a different art print store, you add those individual pieces of a multi-panel into the art print store, and then you take the standard product that you made with the whole thing, you add it to your site. So what happens if I'm a customer and I order a multi-panel from you, you get a notification that an order has been placed on your self-made, self-fulfilled product, right? You get the money from Stripe or Authorize or however I decided to pay. And then what you do is place a self-made order of those individual pieces, right? So you go through the process of placing a self-made order, but you select, 3 or 4 or however many panels you have as a self-made order, and you can ship it to you or you can ship it to the customer directly. So that way they get the 5 prints of of a multi-panel.
But there's no way to automate that.
No, not
Okay.
for now. No, it's kind of a nightmare, but they look amazing, and it's a wonderful addition to the website.
Yeah, and it's
there's
a
an
great
article
upsell,
in the chat, by the way.
Oh, great, thank you. And my other question was kind of along the lines of that too. But to do that, I'm usually changing the aspect ratio. So I understand it's not as easy as just like putting it into the print store and having somebody be like, oh, I want a multi-panel rather than a single. It's got to kind of be its own multi-panel gallery. Okay. I guess that answers my question. And thank you for the link.
You're very welcome. So yeah, you have the whole process displayed there. So I just run you through it, but the whole process in full detail is in that article. So.
Yep. And then I had one other quick question. It's more of a marketing question. So I don't know if I should be reaching out to somebody else or not.
No, let's see.
But in the past, I've really sold primarily video. And that's why I'm connecting with you guys. I sold a few art prints, but primarily my business was video. And the social media platforms that I've built up are really based on that production business rather than a print business, or my personal ones. So I was trying to figure out, I'm assuming it would be recommendable to me at this point to just start my own photography social medias off the start now, rather than use what I have going and maybe promote it off of both, but start growing that rather than come back to it later. Is that what you'd recommend, or?
That's what I would do, but just to be sure, why don't you join one of the Tuesdays and Thursdays workshops?
Okay.
So those are specific for your business and marketing advice. So they're held by Nick and Patrick, right? They're every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I've seen them. I just haven't joined one yet.
Exactly. So you ask that question there, and I'm sure they will be able to give you all the details and just point you in the right direction of where you need to go.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your help.
Perfect. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Barry, you're up next. Barry, you can unmute yourself now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep. Hi, Barry.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. All right, so I just signed up yesterday, and I'm trying to get the website going. So what I'm trying to figure out to begin with is I'm going to have my high-end signed prints, which I guess you call self-fulfilled.
Yep.
Versus this new area that I'm going to get into, I guess, with some acrylics and metals and that type, which will be fulfilled through Bay. So I see that you got to start populating these sections. My question is there a preference as to which one you would start with? I thought someone mentioned to me maybe start with the self-fulfilled ones for some reason, which I don't recall what the reason was, or does it matter? So to get a jump start on where I'm going with this.
What you have, we have this cool feature called connecting products. So what you can do is you can actually connect your limited edition product to your print product. So I don't know if I have one to show you on my site. Just 1 second. Guys, if you got anything that you can just pop up, I'm talking to the team. Feel free to jump in while I'm searching for basically what the idea is that your customer can open a print product on your site, and they will have an option to click on a limited edition product, right? So they will be able to switch between one and another. So if you're offering a high-end signed on a different media type, different size, limited edition product, then your customers have the ability to click on that and access that from the print product, right? So they can have maybe a cheaper version of print and then high-end, more expensive limited edition, and they can access them from one page. And just 1 second there.
I'm just checking if I've got one set up that I can show you.
There we go. Me too. Because that's what I think that's what you're looking for.
I am, and I also just want to know which one to populate first, or both, I guess. I guess if you're talking about connecting them, both must need to get populated.
Yeah, they both need to get populated, and then the limited edition one will be connected to the print one.
Okay.
So
So then I guess
just-
I put up each image, I should then, well, I guess one image can then be used because I'm putting in a high resolution image, right? Because my understanding is Bay is going to take that image
yeah,
eventually and produce it. So that image can
exactly.
for both fulfillment and self-fulfillment.
Yeah, but you know what you can do? You can, like I showed in the presentation, you can actually take a picture from multiple angles, right? You can have one like main image, you know, up front, and
Right.
then you can have multiple options from different angles, right? You can show where it's signed, and you can show, you know, what the different media type is, or however it is you're differentiating those.
Right. So that's
Yeah,
produced ready.
yeah, I might just pop in and give
There you go.
give you some suggestions here. Still waiting for my site to load up so I can show you that. The best way to start would be to set up your print products first and get that side of it all up and running. And basically, once that's set up, you can launch your site and have that running essentially in the background while you set up the standard products. So the reason I suggest that is because anything when you're dealing with self-fulfillment, you also need to set up the shipping, and that is something of a headache in itself. I'm sure there's a number of the others in the chat at the moment who could talk to their experiences setting that up.
Yeah, we found one product. The Sharon, thank you, Sharon, for that. So here's Sharon connected product. So this is how it actually looks like. So this is a print product, right? You can select media types, size, style, you know, just like a regular print. And then right here is the original painting. But what you can do is you can just link it to the limited edition, right? The same way this is linked. And that switches it up to the self-fulfilled product here. So they can easily switch from print to the self-fulfilled product. I'm not sure if you're actually seeing my screen right now. Yes, you are.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but the way connected products work is you are always connecting the other products to the print. So you need to have the print product set up to start with. But the thing is, once you've got the print set up, you've actually got enough to launch your site with that just by itself. And then you can add your self-fulfilled products to that as you go. And that's also useful as something you can use as sort of marketing material. You can notify people that you're also offering a limited edition version of this print. So it can be something you can use as a sort of the, not sure how to phrase it, not quite the theme of your updates that you mail out to existing customers or people who've signed up to newsletters. But it's just sort of motivation, encouragement material.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the idea is you get your site launched as quickly as you can, which you can do with the automated performance stuff, the art prints. And then you can, once that's up and running, then you can add the standard store products. And you can take your time with those, sort of put a bit more attention into the presentation there, because for standard store products, you can have multiple photos, multiple images, instead of just the single front on that is going to be used for the art print.
All right, so a follow-up to that, which you just raised. So let's assume I start doing my print side. And while I'm still working on it, I have for many years a very nice website that people contact me by email when they see it, and they'll order a signed high-end print for a good amount of money. So can I link this site up in the meantime, so I'm not losing this time, and say, look, if you're interested in a fine on print in the meantime, here's the link, let them go to my other website, and then like they would have before, reach out to me and say, yeah, we want to buy a signed print, so that I'm not wasting this time between now and the time I set up. Is there such a product or an area where I can actually put a link into that website?
What you
Yeah,
could do is actually link on the art print product on your art storefront site to, if you've got a dedicated page on your other site where they can order or request the signed version, you could set up a link there to that to the page on the other site, and just sort of until you've got your limited edition product set up on the art storefront site.
So you
yeah,
can,
exactly. But yeah, you can do that exactly. And but you know, you will always want to, you know, get that set up as soon as possible, because I'm not sure what the other site on what platform it's built, you know. And it's not that we have anything against, you know, other platforms. It's just whenever you're taking people outside of your main website, the art storefronts, uh, we have no way of tracking their behavior and tracking their sales and, you know,
right.
tracking what they're doing. So yeah, for the time being, that would work, right? Yeah, but then just look to connect the way Ross explained, look to create those limited editions and connect them to the prints.
Okay, last thing to follow up on what we just talked about.
Of course.
Obviously, you know, I knew that there was going to be a lot of work involved, and that's fine. I don't mind doing the work. It's complicated. There's a lot going on, and I understand that you're set up so that we look at all these videos, and you got us 3 different ways to look at things. It's all great, but it's also very time consuming. So I'm wondering, I see you've got this audit system where at some point I can have a call with somebody and we can go over what's going on. But to me, and I know this probably makes it harder for your company because you've got a lot of people signing up, but to me, it would make sense that, let's assume I get a good basis of information that I've already provided in the last couple of days or whatever. It would be, I think, better for me and more time efficient to be able to have a call with somebody and talk to somebody starting out and saying, all right, run me through this. As we're going through this, I already have 10, 12 questions that I'm not getting through what you presented to me. And then my website, I don't need 14 days. I mean, I'm going to spend a lot of time on it. I've already been doing this for a while. I can,
Got
you
it.
know, a number of days, but it would be helpful if I had that type of guidance rather than having to go ask single questions every time something comes up.
Okay.
Anything like that?
Yeah, we do. We do. We have technical support calls, right? So what you can do is you can schedule a technical support call with one of the customer support agents, and you can just write down the list of questions and you know, figure out the time that's convenient for you. Our agents will reach out, and then you can just ask questions to the agent on the phone, and you will screen share. You can screen share, connect via Zoom and screen share, and he will be able to guide you on the call itself to, you know, fixing whatever you need fixed.
You do that as often as you need, or you have like a certain limit that you can do that?
No, you don't have a limit. You do as often as you can.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Very welcome. Good questions. Robin, you are next. You can unmute yourself, Robin.
Hi, yeah, I'm just starting kind of.
Hi, Robin.
Hi. New into the process. I've gotten quite a few things uploaded. Gotten my art print store uploaded, and I'm now starting to make different products, like originals and limited editions. So just to clarify on some of those last questions, I will upload the limited edition is a completely different product than the original of the same painting, correct?
Exactly. Correct.
I'll upload them as different objects.
Correct.
Yes. And then as far as the original is concerned, if I wanted to show a side photo to like show like a wraparound edge or show a frame, that does not have to be a high res image, correct? That
No.
can be a low res image because you're not
Exactly.
using printing.
Exactly, because it makes no impact on the quality of the image since it's the original, right?
Right.
So no need to concern yourself with the.
Okay. And then also I figured I would stumble along this along the way, so I haven't asked anybody, and maybe I still will stumble along this, but I've noticed for the basic website, you've got a bestsellers, gallery 1, gallery 2. So you have 3 options up there. You can change the names to suit whatever categories you need, which I've done. That works very well. Now, I've also got within the large 3 categories, there's some subcategories that would be potentially nice to add, like a little drop-down window. Is that easy thing? Am I going to stumble across that really soon, or is that something a little bit more advanced?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So it's a super easy to set up. Don't get
Okay.
me wrong. It's like 20 seconds. You need 20 seconds to set that up.
Oh,
But the
good.
thing is, what you're doing essentially is you're adding an extra step to your customer,
Hmm.
right? So I have to click 3 times
Right.
to actually get to the buying page, right?
Okay.
And that will, you know, in our experience, you know, from, you know, doing this for, you know, this company has been up for many years. So we've been gathering experience and, you know, observing how sites of artists work. In our experience, that is significantly increasing the bounce rate. Well,
The
you know,
friction.
the friction, exactly. You're adding friction to your website. So we are always advising that you keep it as simple as you can, right? If you have the general advice that we actually offer is that if you have less than 100 images, have them all in the homepage. Don't even have the 3 galleries, right? Just have them all on the homepage. As soon as somebody clicks on your site, they will, okay, this is the product, I want this. They click, they open the product buying page right away. So they don't have that extra step of clicking to a gallery and then clicking to a product and then, you know, and if you add more steps to that, you know, that's just creating friction. Uh, in my opinion, it's a better option if you just create, if you have a lot of images in one particular gallery and you want to, you know, separate the products by subject matter or, you know, however it is you want to do it, just add another product gallery to the homepage and
So then
instead
I
of
would have,
having,
right.
so then
Yeah.
you have 4.
I mean, I like what you're saying. It definitely fits how I feel also. Well, let me just ask you, I've got, for the 3 categories, I've got um, abstract, I've got surf, and I've got turf, because I paint a ton of material. So,
Yep.
for example, if you click on turf, you'll see anything having to do with the earth, as in cows, horses, humans, dancers, flowers. If you click on surf, you're going to see waves, birds, boats. Is that too
Got it.
much to be cramming into one place, or is it okay?
Oh, well, you know, essentially you will not know that until you launch your site and see how it
Okay.
goes, right? So you just have to look into the data. You just have to look into the, you know, keep track of, you know, use all the features that we have on the site, the conversion doctor, and, you know, the track the visitors and track the their behavior on the site and just see how it goes. You know, if it doesn't go, then you need to narrow it down. If it goes well, then you can might as well expand it even more. But
Okay.
with the idea with the images on the homepage is you can still differentiate them in the you can still separate them rather in different galleries in the drop down navigation menu, right? So
Right,
they
but you
will all
just said
be on
not to
the
do that.
no.
Well,
What I was, let me, I think I need to show you this. Let me see. Just 1 second. Let me find my site. Okay, there we go. Share my screen here. It'll be much easier to show you than to explain it to you. So,
yeah.
okay. So as you can see, I have a home page, product gallery, right?
Mhm.
So if I go to my live site, you will see that all of my products are just, you know, oh, it's actually not. Let me change that real quick. If I put, for example, my bestsellers here. Oh, there we go. If I make bestsellers my homepage, just, you know, for example, if you want a gallery to be my homepage, just to show my products, you know, right as soon as the customer lands on the site, they have the products right there, right? But also in the navigation menu, I can have different categories. You see, album 1, album 2, bestsellers. So they're still able to click on, if they want turf, for example, if they're interested in images of the earth, of the land, right? They'd be able to click right here. Right now, my navigation menu on this site is a mess. So just imagine that is surf, turf, and the bestsellers, right? So they'll be able to click right here, right? You can actually have shop art and then a drop down of those, right? Uh, in there in the navigation menu while still having all of your products displaying on the actual homepage.
Okay,
That makes sense?
it does. And I might be asking the wrong person again, but as far as, for example, when you click on turf, should I have all my cows together, all my dancers together, all my horses together, or should it just be like a complete mishmash of everything thrown up there with no order?
How many images are there in that turf gallery? Like, do you have like a number? Is it less than 100 or more than 100?
Oh, it's less than 100.
Yeah, then definitely just put them all together and all in one.
One thing you can do is you consider, well, depending on how many columns you've got the arts put into, you could say have one row of one theme, and just sort of group them up like that. But then keep in mind that when someone's viewing the site on mobile, that'll all be kind of, it just displays them slightly differently.
Yeah, and make sure to put your favorite ones and best sellers on top.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. Yeah. So you're saying just kind of have it be mishmash, a little chaotic, not necessarily every subject matter placed together.
Exactly. If
you have total control over the order they show up, and so
right.
I'd say just this is a case of just use your judgment.
Exactly, and use the data, right? Use your judgment. Use the data, right? If it works, then keep doing it. If it doesn't, then change it up.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, yeah, you can also join, ask this question to Nick and Patrick in the Tuesday and Thursday, because this is kind of a technical orientation workshop. So they will probably be able to give you a little bit more educated advice on that one. But
okay,
yeah, that's the general idea of how just we would do things, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Michelle Stevens, you are up next. You can unmute yourself, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. We can hear you, Michelle. Just one second. You need to click the unmute button in the lower left corner. There we go.
All good?
All good.
Hi, everybody. I'm brand new. I just joined yesterday. I'm really excited. I kind of have a questions about like the home page and things like that. I've been looking through. I'm not only an artist. I do paint night kind of things. I have my own business and I do paint nights, but I'm also an artist, and I really joined because I want to sell my artwork online. But I'm a copywriter, so I'm starting a new blog and things like that. So I'm kind of, I was thinking about doing like a video when they come to my homepage. Is that, I mean, how do videos work? Like welcoming them to my page and kind of explaining that I have two different things going on, one being my art work and one being my copywriting services. So I have like 10 pages that I'd like to create. And I don't quite know how to present that on my homepage.
Yeah, I have a few ideas on how you can do that, but it's maybe a bit more complicated and we might need to get you on a separate call for that. But what you can do is you can just create a different type of homepage. You can either create a standard page or an experience page. We have experience pages that they can be very cool to use as a homepage. Add a video element to it, add links to, okay, click here, go to my art site, click here, go to my copywriting work. So you can differentiate it that way, and you can just add a video explaining in the top. But like I said, we might have to get you on a call for that and help you set that up and show you maybe some examples. From the top of my head, I think I had 1 or 2 examples of how that's done. So instead of showing your galleries and your products right away, you will then have a standard page as your homepage, which you can then add different elements to, like video element, and then 2 separate elements that are hyperlinked to various parts of your site.
That's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
So do I just need to set up a call?
Yeah, we will reach out to you after the workshop and we'll figure out the time, probably Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, I think that's it, guys. How are we in chat? I think we're all caught up in chat. Too. Okay, guys. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for coming and asking your questions. We had some very good questions today. We're gonna wrap it up for today. The next workshop will be Tuesday, 10 a.m. Central Time. So if you have any questions, make sure to tune in there. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.